Hi YouTube, me again. Back with the Grand Cherokee, currently sitting in off-road height level 2 with the leaky fittings on the front here. So what I did is I went on the internet, love the internet, and I bought 2 of these. See that? Let's see. So this is actually a fitting that you can splice into the airline with this end here, and it should reseal it. Now what I'm thinking I'm going to try to do is remove this and just use the part that I think is leaking and see if I can get it to stop leaking. But first we're going to put the Jeep all the way down in park mode so that when I let the air out of the suspension that it's gonna fall not as far. So here we're gonna go down, and that's gonna take me down to off-road 1. And I'm gonna go down. That's gonna take me down to normal. I'm gonna go down, and it's gonna take me all the way down to the parking height. Alright, so we're at entry exit height. So we're gonna hop on out, turn the engine off, and I'm gonna show you how to fix or how to replace this fitting. Okay, yeah. All right, and then here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to remove this fitting just by prying. Okay. So when I look at this thing, I don't see any real reason that this piece should be causing the leak because it's just a piece of plastic tubing. So I'm thinking that it's the O-ring inside of there that's causing the leak, but we're gonna see. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Pop that guy off. Number 1. Number 2. Maybe I'll get some music or something to play instead of having to listen to that whistle, or I'll lower the volume or something. Smaller. Impressive. Thought for sure it was going to be the 1/2 inch. Looks like maybe. Oh, so much for American cars being made in America anymore. It is 12 millimeter. Okay. So what I'm going to do is loosen. Oh wait, I don't want to take the. I don't want to take the whole thing off because that. There we go. So I think the problem is inside of there. So we're gonna take that guy, set it aside. Around. Do this side. Same thing, 12 millimeter wrench. I think they call this thing like a Voss fitting. But yeah, there's like a little seal inside of there, and I think just over the years, maybe that little seal is not working so good. Yeah, so probably if you had a vise and you could hold part of this in a vise, that would be make this part, this little separation part, a little bit simpler. But I'm just putting a screwdriver in on one side and then lifting the other side. There we go. Oh, oh. And here we go. Okay. Yeah, and I can feel like already this one is much more snug inside of here than the old one just slid right out. So these fittings are designed that you can cut the tube further back here and it just locks it in. But I'm hoping that this guy, yeah, like I can already feel it's much snugger, much tighter fit. So I'm betting that this is just gonna fix it without having to do any cutting on the tube, which I would definitely prefer that. All right, so that's one. And stick this one in here. Yep. And then we're gonna snug this guy back up. Not super tight, it's a brass fitting, but just tight enough. And then that's back together. And if this works, then I'm gonna be excited. If not, then I'm gonna have to do the cut the fitting and replace the whole thing. But that's all done. Close the hood up. Oh, actually, we're not going to close the hood. We're gonna go ahead and test this. So I know now that probably initially. Oh wow! I can see the front end is rising up. You probably can't see that, but that was amazing. The front end. The last time I did this, and it was all the way down. It took it like 10 seconds before the suspension started to respond. So I'm just going to directly go to off-road 2 and hop out. Let's watch and see. I don't know if you can see that, but it's responding really quickly. So I have a good feeling that that might well fix it. Yeah, you can probably see it's going up to off-road 2 height, and it did that. It went up really fast. Like the last couple times I did this, it was super slow. I'm gonna spray my Windex on there, and I don't see any bubbles just at a standstill. And when I wiggle this around, I don't see any hissing and no bubbles. I'll check the other side. Spray a bunch of Windex. I don't see any hissing or any bubbles. So I think it's probably fixed. And those fittings are 40 bucks each, which is, you know, 80 bucks. If it saves any more hassle or effort than taking it to the dealer, we can charge you thousands for something like this. So I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave the Jeep in off-road 2 height, just so it will be really obvious if it starts to squish back down. And then I'll check this back in the morning, and I'll walk you out to the car, and we'll take a look and see if it's sunk down or if it's fixed. Anyway, I hope it's fixed, because the dealer had quoted me like $600 worth of parts to replace the front airlines, and a huge amount of money for diagnostics, and is absolutely crazy. So if I can fix it for 80 bucks, and what that took about 15 minutes, that's good. All right, YouTube, I hope this helps some other people with the Jeep Grand Cherokee with the Quadralift. Cheers.